So, right, good morning, my dear students. Then today I have decided to listen in your textbook. You know that in third term you have to learn. In third term you have to learn 9 lessons. In third term you have to learn 9 lessons in grade 11 syllabus. But because of this prevalent situation in the country, you know that you can't complete this syllabus at a school. Then again, you don't have tuition classes, so you can't participate for your classes. Therefore, from today, I have decided to do some online classes to complete your syllabus. Then you are in grade 11. Then you have your final exam on next year. Then they will not postpone your exam. That is my idea. Therefore, we should try to complete your syllabus. And therefore, at the schools, I think you have completed the lessons in second term. Then the third term, the first lesson is Pythagoras theorem. So I think most of the schools they have completed that lesson. The first lesson in third term Pythagoras theorem you have completed. Then second lesson trigonometry. Some schools they have started that lesson, but I know that they didn't complete it. Then the third lesson in your syllabus in third term is matrices. So I have prepared a paper. Then I have decided to complete that lesson today. Then from today, the time, that means I have given you a timetable. The time is on Monday, 8 to 11. I have separated 3 hours. I have decided to do your lesson 3 hours period because otherwise we can't complete the syllabus because you have only 2 months. Sometime they will postpone your exam, that is not sure. But we know that they have decided, they have planned to do that exam in 15th of January. So we should prepare. We should prepare to face that exam on the given day. So the third term, there are 9 lessons. Then I have decided to complete 19th lesson today. Then to complete this lesson, I have given you a paper. The matrices is a very important lesson for your syllabus, given in your syllabus, because if you decided to do mathematics in A level, then this lesson very important for you. There is a new lesson they have added to the syllabus. In the earlier syllabus, they didn't given this lesson. Then in 2006, I think they have added this lesson to your syllabus. Then when they change the syllabus, then again they have added some important part to this lesson. Now that lesson is complete with important theories you need to learn in A level classes. So that is very important lesson. Then finally they have added multiplication of matrices. There is a new part added to the syllabus. That is very important because we know that that is very important for your A level syllabus. But I don't know what you will do in A level. If you do in mathematics, that is very important. Anyhow, in O level exam, they will give one question from this lesson. When if you have this paper, look at the last page of your paper. I have given 13 O level exam questions. Then I have given 13 O level exam questions. When we complete the syllabus, you will be able to complete these 13 questions. If you can do these sums yourself, if you can do these questions yourself, then we can say that you have completed the lesson well. The allocated number of periods for this lesson in your textbook is 8 periods. 8 periods they have allocated. Then I will try to complete the theory part of the lesson today. Then we will do some questions. I have separated 3 hours for this lesson. Therefore, I think most of the lesson I can complete today. So when we are doing this lesson, when I complete 1.5, otherwise the 2 hours when I complete, I will give you 10-minute break. Then again I will do the lesson. Today I couldn't start the class on time because of some problems here. Now it's okay. Right. take that paper. Think that you don't have a chance to learn these lessons at school. So by doing classes, the normal classes we can't do. Therefore, you have to complete your syllabus. The remaining part of the lessons on your syllabus, you have to complete through online classes. So I will start this lesson. Now write the topic of the lesson. Write the topic of the lesson. The topic of the lesson is matrices. That is unit 19. Matrices. Write the topic of the lesson. Unit number 19. Write the topic of the lesson. That is matrices. Unit number 19. Topic write down matrices. Topic of the lesson is matrices. First, you want to know what is mean by a matrix. First, you want to know what is mean by a matrix. Then write in this way. The matrix, meaning of matrix, I will write a rectangular array. Write the meaning of matrix first. Write the meaning. A rectangular array. A rectangular array. Write down. A rectangular array. A rectangular array of numbers. A rectangular array of numbers. A rectangular array of numbers is called a matrix. Is called a matrix. Right. The meaning of matrix. A rectangular array of numbers is called a matrix. Now write the meaning of matrix. A rectangular array of numbers is called a matrix. Now here is matrices and here is a matrix. The matrix mean singular word. Singular word is matrix. The plural of that one is matrices. A rectangular array of numbers is called a matrix. Now you want to know what is mean by a matrix first. Matrix mean a rectangular array of numbers. Matrix, a rectangular array of numbers. A rectangular array of numbers. Then write down, when you write a rectangular array, then you have seen some elements. As I will write down some example, a rectangular array of numbers is called a matrix. Now write the meaning of matrix. We will write what is mean by matrix. Then this is matrix. I will give an example for matrix. Write down example. Example for matrix, write down. The marks, I will explain you about matrix using this example. Then write the marks obtained by the marks obtained by the marks obtained by 3 students. The marks obtained by 3 students. The marks obtained by 3 students for maths and science. For maths and science. For maths and science. For maths and science are given below. Write down. The marks obtained by 3 students for maths and science are given below. The marks obtained by 3 students for maths and science are given below. Maths and science are given below. Then I will give the marks on a table. Draw this table and write down. The marks should be represented on a table. Draw this table and write it. Draw a table with 3 students' names we want to write. And here 3 rows. Names of the 3 students, 3 rows. Then the mark should be represented here. Right here. Two subjects. Marks of two subjects should be represented. Now write their names. Names. Nimal. Nimal. Kamal. Nimal. Kamal and Sunil. Names of three students write down. Nimal, Kamal and Sunil. The marks obtained. First is maths. The first subject is given maths. The second subject is science. The marks obtained by three students, Nimal, Kamal and Sunil, for subjects maths and science. I will represent marks they have obtained here. Nimal, I will write these numbers. Nimal, maths 75, science 65. Then Kamal, maths 85. We get 80, science 70. Then Sunil, maths mark is 65. Science mark is, I write here 85, 85. Then the marks obtained by these three students given here. The marks obtained for maths, Nimal 75, Kamal 65. Then, sorry, Nimal maths mark 75, science mark 65. Now I have given the marks obtained by three students on this table. Now I want to explain you what is mean by a matrix. Then the marks they have obtained I have given you. Now look at the board. I want to represent these marks as a matrix. Now I say to matrix means a rectangular arrangement of numbers. Now I want to represent these marks as a rectangle. As a rectangle, I want to write these marks. Look at here. The marks obtained, I write in this way. 75, 65. 7, right here. I want to name these columns. 75, 65. Then 80, 70. Then 65 and 85. Now I have represent, I have arranged the marks they have obtained in one method without writing anything about their marks and about their names. I have represent marks they have obtained as a rectangle. Then look at the second method. 75, 65, 80, 70, 65 and 85. Here is another method of representing marks. Now I have given one method of representing marks they have obtained. Another method of representing marks. You have seen marks obtained by these three students can be arranged in two different methods. Here is one method, then another method. Now matrix means when you represent the marks as a rectangle, if you represent rectangular arrangement, that is a matrix. So we want to represent a bracket. We want to represent these marks inside a bracket. When you put a bracket, that is called a matrix. When you put a bracket like that, that is called a matrix. So matrix means we want to represent given data. Now you have collection of data. When you represent given data as a rectangular arrangement, there are two rectangular arrangements. If you represent marks as a rectangular arrangement, then these rectangular arrangements are called matrix. Here is one method of represent these marks. Here is another method. Now these two are called matrices. When you have represent this data as a matrix, you should be able to clearly explain what is represented by these two diagrams. You should be able to clearly explain what is represented by the matrix. That means each row and column you should be able to identify. Now the marks represent by two arrangement. Marks represent by two rectangular arrangement. Here's one arrangement and the other. We should be able to explain these columns and rows. Now look at here. then you can write it here. Look at the first column of the first matrix. What is represented by first column? What is represented by first column of the matrix? Then 75, 80, 65. 75, 80, 65 mean they are max marks. Then you can represent here max marks. The first column of the first matrix represent max marks. Then the second column. Second column of the first matrix represent science mark. So when you represent the data as a matrix, we should be able to identify what is represented by rows of the matrix, then columns of the matrix. Then look at the columns. First column. First column of the first matrix. First matrix, first column. First column represents 75, 65 in marks obtained by Niemann. I will write in this side. Can you see it? Right. Marks obtained by here. Marks obtained by Niemann. Niemann's marks represent here. Niemann's mark. Niemann. The first row of the first matrix represent marks obtained by Niemann. Then the second row represent Kamal's mark. Here Kamal. Then here the marks represent the marks of Sunil. Like that, when you represent a given data as a matrix, you should be able to identify what is represented by each column and each row of the matrix. Now, say if I told you there is a matrix, then first row represent marks obtained by Nimal, second row represent marks obtained by Kamal, and the third row represent marks obtained by Sunil. The first column represent maths marks and the second column represents science mark. Write it. Then complete it and try to write what is represented by each row and column of the second matrix. The same data I have represented in two ways as a matrix in two different ways. The first one I have explained you. Now try to identify each column and row of the matrix and write it. Okay, complete it. The first one I have given. The second one. The second matrix, try to name what is represented by first row and the second row, the first column, second column, and the third column, right? Now complete the second matrix. First one you want to write down what is represented by two columns and three rows. Then try to identify what is represented by two rows and three columns of the matrix. Try to complete it. When you write it, I will write down. Try to write what is represented by two rows and three columns of the second matrix. Write down. Write what is represented by two rows and three columns of the matrix. First, you want to identify what is meant by rows and columns of the matrix. Then you should be able to write this matrix in different ways. Here's one method, another method is given. Write down. Write down what is represented by first two rows and three columns of the matrix. Complete it, hurry up. Then tell me what is represented by, if you write it, look at here, what is represented by first row? First row represents 75, 80, 65. 75, 80, 65 mean they are max marks. So you should write here max. The first row of the second matrix represent max marks. Then look at the second row. Second row of the matrix represent science mark. The first two rows of the First two rows of the matrix represent maths marks and the science mark. Now column wise we want to name them. The first column. First column represent marks obtained by Nimal. Here marks obtained by Nimal. The second column represent marks obtained by Kamal. The third column represent marks obtained by Sunil. Now, the first column marks of Nimal, marks of Kamal, and marks of Sunil. Now, you want to know the meaning of matrix. That is a rectangular arrangement. We want to represent marks. Then, according to this example, marks we want to represent as a rectangular arrangement. Then we should be able to identify what is represented by each row and each column of the matrix. If you can explain the things represented by each row and each column, that is a matrix, right? Completed. Then, now you know what is meant by a matrix. Matrix means rectangular array or arrangement of numbers. Then write down in the next row. Press the mark and write. Write down in the next row. Stomach and write. Each number I have given on the paper to each number in a matrix. Each number in a matrix. Each number in a matrix is called. Each number in a matrix is called. Each number in a matrix is called an element. An element or entry. An element or entry. An element or entry of the matrix. An element or entry of the matrix. That means the marks, right? According to that example, the marks we have given, the marks we have represent, those marks are called elements or entry of the matrix. The marks represented, they are called elements or entry of the matrix. Then again put a star mark and write. Again put a star mark and write. Matrix is the way of representing matrix. Matrix is usually denoted by capital letter. Matrix is usually denoted by capital letter. We want to name a matrix. So how can you name a matrix? Using capital letter. When you want to represent a matrix, we want to represent matrix using a capital letter. Now, without thinking about the data, just we want to write down some numbers to explain you what is we mean by a matrix. So write down as example A. We want to represent a matrix. Just write without thinking about what is we are representing. Write down A, example 2, 3. That is a matrix. We have given marks as a rectangular arrangement. That is a matrix. So when you represent matrix, 2 and 3 are called elements or entry of the matrix. 2 and 3 are called elements or entry of the matrix. Again, matrix should be represented by a capital letter. We are representing matrix by a capital letter. Capital letter is representing matrix. Then 2 and 3 are called elements or entry. Then again as an example, matrix B, 5, 4, 2. That is another matrix. Matrix should be a rectangular arrangement. C, -2. Negative numbers also we can represent as elements of the matrix. Negative numbers also we can represent. 1, -3, 4. Write down 3 examples for matrices. Matrix is a rectangular arrangement. 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, and then here negative numbers also included in a matrix. Right, now you have got an idea about what is mean by a matrix. Then step by step I want to explain you the theory part of the lesson. First you want to know what is mean by a matrix, then what is given on the matrix. Matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers. We want to represent them as rows and columns. So the numbers when you write down on the matrix, those numbers are called elements or entry of the matrix. Then when you want to name a matrix, normally we are using capital letter. Capital letter we should use to represent a matrix. So these three are matrices. Right. Then write down a subtopic. This is the more important part, the first important part of the lesson. Order of matrix. Order of a matrix. Subtopic write down. Write down subtopic of the lesson. Order of matrix. Subtopic. Order of a matrix. Write down subtopic. Order of a matrix. That is very important to identify the type of the matrix. To identify the type of the matrix. Otherwise, to identify how many elements there are, how many rows there are, how many columns there are, very important to know what is meant by a matrix. Then subtopic, order of a matrix. We want to know what is meant by order of a matrix. Now I told you order of a matrix explain how many rows in the matrix, how many columns in the matrix, how many elements in the matrix. Then I will explain you how can you find the order of a matrix. Then look at here. There is an equation. We can write it as an equation. Order of a matrix. Order of a matrix. Write it and highlight. So write down this one. When I write it, write down. Order of a matrix. Then I think this is given in first time 2008 O-level exam 2008, yes. When they have given the perspection in 2008 O-level exam, after introducing this lesson as a new lesson for your syllabus, perspection they ask you in O-level, write the order of the matrix. First theory part of the lesson they have given in first paper after introducing this lesson to your syllabus. So, order of a matrix. Order of a matrix equal number of, look at the method, there is an equation, number of rows of the matrix, multiplication sign, number of columns, number of rows, number of columns. Then write it and highlight. That is very important. We want to know what is meant by order of a matrix. Order of a matrix represents number of rows and columns of the matrix. Order of a matrix represents number of rows and columns of the matrix. Then represent there. Order of a matrix equal number of rows multiplied by number of columns. Order of a matrix is equal number of rows of the matrix multiplied by number of columns of the matrix. Order of a matrix equal number of rows of the matrix multiplied by number of columns of the matrix. Highlight that equation. Order of a matrix equal number of rows of the matrix multiplied by number of columns of the matrix. Now, using an example, I will explain you about this. So, example. Now I will write matrix. The name of the matrix is A. You know that we have to name a matrix using capital letter. So, matrix A. Elements I will represent 2, 3. I will write in this way. 2, 3. Now we want to write the order of matrix A. Then order of matrix A. Order of the matrix A represented by number of rows of the matrix. We can't change these two. Always first we want to write number of rows. Then we have to write number of columns. We want to write number of rows and columns of the matrix. So first we want to write number of rows. Number of rows of the matrix is 2. The number of rows of the matrix 2. 2 by, we are representing multiplication sign, but when we read out it, we have to read out as 2 by. 2 by number of columns of the matrix 1. Number of rows of the matrix 2. 2 by number of columns of the matrix is 1. So order of matrix A is 2 by 1. Matrix A order 2 by 1. Second example, write down this example. Example 2, this is first example. Example 2, matrix B. Matrix B, 3, 1, minus 2, 4. Then we want to write the order of this matrix. Order. Order of the matrix is equal number of rows of the matrix. First you want to write number of rows of the matrix. Number of rows of the matrix is 2. Number of rows of the matrix 2. 2 by number of columns of the matrix is 2. Then the order of matrix B, number of rows of the matrix 2, number of columns of the matrix also 2. Third example, I will give only 3 examples for this one. For one theory part, when I explain a theory part, I will give you 3 examples. Third one, third example, the name of the matrix C. Matrix C, then elements represent -2, 5, 4, -1, 6 and 3. Now we want to know what is order of matrix C. Order of matrix C. Order of matrix C represented by number of rows, then number of columns. Now I say to you, always the number of rows of the matrix should be represented first. Then we should write number of columns of the matrix. Then number of rows of the matrix is 3. Number of rows, 3 rows multiplied by number of columns of the matrix is 2. Now I say to in the first O-level exam, after introducing this lesson, they have asked you to write, they have given a matrix, then they ask you to write the order of the matrix. So matrix A order 2 by 1. Number of rows 2, number of columns 1, order of the matrix is 2 by 1. Second example, matrix B, order 2 by 2, 2 rows, 2 columns. But first we want to write number of rows. Matrix C order 2 by, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 3 by 2, 3 rows and 2 columns, 3 by 2. Now I told you, when you write a matrix, when you represent a matrix, you can identify how many rows in the matrix, how many columns in the matrix, then number of elements in the matrix too. When you look at this order, now you know that this, if you don't know the matrix, think that you don't know what is the matrix. But when you look at the order, we can identify this matrix has 3 rows, then it has 2 columns, and the number of elements represented by this product. So 3 multiplied by 2, 6 mean number of rows of the matrix, sorry, number of elements of the matrix should be 6. Then you want to know number of rows of the matrix of 2, 2, 3. Number of columns of the matrix 1, 2, 2. The elements of the matrix 2 into 1, 2, 2 element. 2 into 2, 4, 4 element. 3 into 2, 6, 6 element. Then order 2 by 1, 2 by 2 and 3 by 2. Right. Then I told you what is mean by a matrix. Then I have explained you how can you write order of a matrix. Order of a matrix is equal to number of rows of the matrix multiplied by number of columns. But when you read out it, we have to read out it as 2 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 2. The next part of the lesson. Right now I will remove it. the next part of the lesson. Write down subtopic. Subtopic write down. Types of matrices. Types of matrix. Subtopic. Types of matrices. The next part of the lesson, write down subtopic types of matrices. In my paper, I have given you six type of matrices. I have given here 6 type of matrices, but I have explained you what is mean by each matrix. Then I want to give you some examples for these matrices. I have given you 6 type of matrices, so I will write here type of the matrices with example. Then type of matrices. Then write down first type. First, I will write all the type of the matrices. First one is row matrix. Row matrix. Row matrix. Second type, column matrix. Row matrix, column matrix. Row matrix, column matrix. In order, third one is zero matrix. Zero matrix. Otherwise, that is called again null matrix. Zero matrix or null matrix. Zero matrix or null matrix. Zero matrix or null matrix. The next type, fourth type is square matrix. Square matrix. Write down. Write in order what are the type of the matrices. Write them in order. Row matrix, column matrix, zero matrix, square matrix. Zero matrix is again called null matrix. Fifth one, rectangular matrix. Fifth one, rectangular matrix. Fifth one, rectangular matrix. Sixth one, identity matrix. I have given you unit matrix also. There are two meanings. Unit matrix O. Unit matrix O. Unit matrix O. Identity matrix. Unit matrix O. Identity matrix. Unit matrix O. Identity matrix. The seventh one, write down. I didn't given that matrix here. Another type of matrix is the symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix. The type of the matrices, row matrix. Now I told you the first theory part of the lesson I will complete. Row matrix, column matrix, zero matrix or null matrix, square matrix, rectangular matrix, unit matrix or identity matrix, and symmetric matrix. All the type of the matrices, row, column, zero, square, rectangular, unit, and symmetric. Write down the type of the matrix, then we will learn all the type of the matrices with example. Row matrix, column matrix, zero, square, rectangular, unit, and symmetric. The type of the matrices. Write all the type of the matrices. Right. Then write down first one. I have given on the paper all the type of the matrices. The first type we will write. Type of the matrices. First one write down. First type. With example, I won't write it. I have given definition on the paper. First one. First one, write down again. Row matrix. First one, I will remove this one. write down first type of the matrices is row matrix. Row matrix. First type of the matrices, write down row matrix. As a subtopic, write row matrix. Row matrix. Then look at the paper. You can write the meaning of a row matrix. First write the meaning. Don't write all the things given there. Write down this way. Write the meaning of row matrix. A matrix, write a matrix which has only one row. A matrix which has only one row is called a row matrix. A matrix which has only one row is called a row matrix. A matrix which has only one row is called a row matrix. A matrix which has only one row is called a row matrix. The next two steps don't write. No need to write it. When you write some example, you have to write this next two statements about row matrix. Now you want to know a matrix which has only one row. One row. A matrix which has only one row is called a row matrix. Then look at here. Example 1. I told you I will write always 3 examples for one theory part. First one, matrix A. Matrix A, we can't write a matrix using one element. We don't write matrix with one element. Therefore, I want to write at least 2 elements to write a matrix. So, first one, 1, 2. That is a matrix. This matrix has only one row. If it has one row, that is called a row matrix. Now, this is a row matrix. Right? Example 2. Example 2, matrix B. Matrix B, elements minus 3 to 5. Now, I told you when you write the element, just that is a number, right? Matrix B minus 3 minus 2, 5. Number of rows of the matrix is 1. Number of rows of the matrix 1. Number of rows of the matrix 2. Sorry, 1. We don't consider about the number of columns of the matrix. Example 3. Example 3. Matrix C. C. Element 2, 0, 5, minus 1. Now I have given 4 examples for row matrix. Now you want to know row. Row matrix means it has only one row. If you write a matrix with a row, that is a row matrix. Now write down 3 examples for row matrix. A, 1, 2, B, minus 3, 2, 5, C, 2, 0, 5, minus 1. Now I say to you, if you want to do maths in A level, then you know that there is a lesson you have to learn in A level syllabus. So understand well the main part of the lesson. You are doing the first part of the lesson. The beginning of this lesson contain all these theories. So you want to know what is mean by row matrix. Row matrix. There are 3 row matrices. Then we will write their order. I have given 2 sentences after explaining this type of the matrices. Then look at here. If you write order your row matrix A, order of row matrix A is 1 by 2. You can write it. Number of rows of the matrix 1, number of columns of the matrix 2, order of the matrix is 1 by 2. Second one, number of rows of the matrix 1, number of columns of the matrix 3. Third one, number of rows of the matrix 1, number of columns of the matrix 4. If that is a row matrix means always number of rows of the matrix should be 1. Row matrix means number of rows of the matrix is 1. Number of columns 2, 3, 4. That is change in value, but number of rows is a fixed value. Always a row matrix should have 1 row. If you write the general form, you have seen number of rows of the matrix is always 1. Number of rows 1, number of columns of the matrix. number of columns of the matrix, change in value. So we are writing n 1 by n, right? Then general order of writing a row matrix should be 1 by n. Then write the next two steps, next two statement given about row matrix on the paper. First one, the order of a row matrix is 1 by n. Then you can write down. The order for the star mark can write the order of a row matrix is 1 by n. That is a general order. The order of a row matrix, general order 1 by n. Now I have given here in general, the order of a row matrix is 1 by n. The order of a row matrix is 1 by n. Again, I have given a center, write it. A row matrix is also called a row vector. Another terms for matrix is a vector. So a row matrix is also called a row vector. Now, the meaning of matrices in single meaning is nyasa. The single කියන matrices වලට nyasa කියලා. දැන් මේකට අපි කියන්නේ පේලි nyasa. පේලි nyasa row matrix. දැන් single medium පොතේ තියෙන මේකට පේලි nyasa කියලා. That is a row matrix, right? Then write down next second type. Second type of matrices. Write down column matrix. This is not difficult to understand, right? They are not difficult. Second type of matrices, write down column matrix. Column matrix. Column matrix. Column matrix. Second type is column matrix. Now write down what is meant by column matrix. You can look at the paper I have given. Column matrix. The meaning, a matrix which has only one column is called a column matrix. A matrix which has only one column is called a column matrix. A matrix which has only one column is called a column matrix. Right? The meaning, a matrix which has only one column is called a column matrix. Then we will write down some example. When I write it, write down examples for column matrix. First example, example 1, column matrix. A equal, when you write the elements -2, 3, then the matrix has one column, therefore that's a column matrix. One column, therefore that is called a column matrix. Example 2, matrix B, elements are -1, 0 and 2. Matrix C, third example, matrix C, elements are, we write 4 elements here, 2, -1, 3, -4. Now I told you when you are writing, when I writing these elements, we are writing only numbers. There is no meaning of writing these values. Then look at here, matrix A